I think another half an hour went by. I don't even know if she's here anymore. I think we lost Renee, honestly, to bed.
Hey,
So,
I hit
oh,
the
she's
wrong
here.
button.
Renee, you actually disappeared. Like, I didn't see you, and then all of a sudden you spoke and you popped back in the list. Like, I don't know what
Hey,
She did
is going on
disappear.
here.
She did
I know.
disappear. It was weird.
Well, my ego dissolved.
Oh my gosh.
Now you're
Good
just
for
all that
you.
is. You're all that is and that ever will be.
That's right. There you go, girlfriend.
Oh my God.
So,
You know,
yeah.
I'm over
Anyway,
here just trying to save some feral cats. Like, I don't really care about anything else.
I
Okay.
know. I just want to get. If Non-Op is willing, I just want to get through the rest of
I
what's going on because
Yeah.
I saw something and I put it in the purple pill
okay.
about nobody like supposedly, and I think Russia and China and Trump are all in alignment, but this guy was talking about the beginning of World War III and how nobody's agreeing to boycott Iran, uh, Russia, and China, etc. They're not agreeing to that. And I put it in the purple pill. And I didn't get to listen to he's on TikTok. So, I was just kind of wondering, where we are, as of tonight in this whole scenario, in this whole morass, this worldly morass. Anyway, if you have anything to say, Not Up, I'd appreciate it.
Hold on here. Okay, yeah. So I was just checking the comments here. I think Dave can hear us again. Yeah. So Renee, are you asking me to move ahead with my segment or something else now?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm getting tired.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, good.
And
So yeah, in the bubble,
yeah,
I shared a few things prior. We covered the first. If we go in the bubble, there's only 5 posts. So first off,
right,
we covered the Anon card thing.
cool.
I, we don't really have to go there again. It was mentioned by Nacho. Then there's the Julie Donuts post, second in the bubble. So I heard you talk about it as well. So basically, she came in my comments on the block list, which we'll talk about next. Some people that have blocked me, I've updated the list. So basically, she says, delete this now, stop, don't, like, she was trying to tell me in my own comments not to reply to her, and just defending Real AF Patriot,
Yeah,
saying
and
he's not in the Flynn circle, and
she's
that,
ripping for money for her car. I mean, I have a lot
yeah,
of problems, and
yeah.
I've never gone on X and asking for money. I know she's got a big following, but anyway, what she had to
She's got a monetized account, and she's got subscribers, and she's got actually gets big views on her page, so she probably actually gets some money from X, which is
got
fair.
it. Okay.
And so, anywho, the guys who left the Flynn media group were friends with her, and they've told me information in private, and so that's why I have the screenshot, and that's because the fundraiser is taken down. Like, she got the money and they closed it.
Got it.
So anyway, the name is listed right there on the fundraiser of who ran the fundraiser for her. So I don't have to say it. It's there. If people want to look into it, you'll see the accounts on X, right? You'll know who they are. So, anywho, they said she didn't get a new car. So that's the proof. It will trickle back to them, even though I'm not naming them out of respect for them requesting not to be mentioned. It will trickle back to them as they were involved in the fundraiser. And they know that the money was used for not what it said it was going to be used for. The money was pocketed. So anyway, these people who get into the Flynn network or networks like the Toronto Savin Network or the Rambo News Treason Network or the JMC Network, any of these networks that are, promoting something, or they're only having network people on their podcast, their broadcasts, and their spaces, like it's very controlled. They're in it for money. They're in it for the grip. They're in it for fortune and fame. They're in it name and face. Okay. They're they're not in it for the right reason. They may have once been in it. They're not in it for the same reason I'm in it. Okay. They're, willing to, just post whatever and just try to get monetized and get money, like you get as much money as they can doing it and, claim they're a patriot, but really they're a patriot with a Y. So that's the trouble with these network people as then they're bought out, they sell out, and they have a narrative. They have certain people they protect online, okay, and they'll choreograph attacks and reporting sprees to protect their narrative and protect their figures. And you guys are going to see it. They're going to be pushing Flynn for 2028 as president. Just letting you guys know. They're going to be the influencers behind it. It's going to be all these networks. And so you can already see it's developing. So we'll just keep an eye out for that. Be ready for it. And just remember, some accounts on here told you and warned you years ago. And they said, watch out for the Flynn Network, okay? It took people joining into the network to quit the network and expose the network better, right? They went in, they were on board with it, and then they realized what Flynn was really about and what these other influencers were really about, money. They're all about grift, money, okay? So book deals, shows, merchandise, donate to my live stream, give, send, go, Julie Donuts, 10,000, okay? Uh, crypto charity, that's John Denver parody account. You know what I mean? Like we have the AI grifter, Jared Muchler. Pay 1,000 for an AI scan. Okay. So you get what I'm saying? It's about money. It's about name and face. The people who do it for money, they're doing it name and face. You understand? They're not in it as an anon. Okay? They might even be only in the Q community because they see it's a niche patriotic movement that they can capitalize on. And they're not even a true anon, or they don't even do decodes, and they don't even care about Q. Like they don't even really align with it. They're just using it for their brand to get views off of something that they can put on their page that they stole from someone else. They stole the idea, they stole the decode, right? And they can get 500,000 views and get monetization from it and talk about it on their show, but they don't actually know what they're talking about and they don't actually have spec ops intel. They're just kind of, saying whatever for the grift. So, anywho, we don't have to talk about this any longer. We're going to move on to the block list. So, cowards that block, it's an exclusive list where the only way you can get on the list is if you've blocked me cowardly, which is anyone who blocks me. Who I deem worthy of being put on the list. So basically, like obviously I don't care about insignificant small accounts blocking me who are like libtards or doomers or whatever, shills or dime a dozen. Like I don't care. This is only people who claim to be truthers or in the Q community or, you know, bigger, name and face could be also. So, I mean, some people came off the list because they unblocked. So there were a couple of people that came off. There was one account suspended from the list. It was a JFK Jr. Impersonation account. So I'm happy it's been removed as well. It was fake, and it was pushing QFS slop scams. So anyway, we can run through the list here quickly and just I have it categorized if you guys want. But so when you guys tag me on these people's accounts, I'm not able to respond. I cannot comment in any of these pages. So that's why I do the list for people who tag me around and want me to add context or give comment. I can't do it on these pages because they block me. So they're gatekeepers in most cases. of info, certain info they don't want covered. So I'll go through it. So the first three on the list is the admitted Freemason pedo sympathizer section. So we have Chase Geyser, who admitted to being a Freemason on X in writing. It's screenshotted. I have it posted. We have Charlie Freak, who said Freemasons are good and then blocked. We have MrBeast, who had a transgender teammate working for him for many years, who, there's a lot of allegations about stuff that happened to kids. And pretty sure, yeah, MrBeast is a big time sellout. Beast is literally is in his name. He doesn't smile like a normal person. Anyway, MrBeast has me blocked, so that's how you know I said something to him that really cooked his nerves. And yeah, it was basically about him hiring the Chris, who's a transgender retard fag, clear loser. Anyway, so yeah, that was probably why I got blocked. Next, we have the AI fraud grift scammer section. That's reserved for Jared Muchler. It's just him in that section. I haven't seen anyone else do it as scammy as him for the
He's
AI
got his
zone.
own category. I love it.
He's got his own category just because he's the only one to be that greedy to charge 1,000 per like a 1 hour session or whatever.
The thunder.
Right? Like Nacho is offering something that people can set up on their own and eliminate people like Jared. You understand? Like from the equation. Nacho is offering an uncapped AI that can do all sorts of mumbo jumbo slop if you want, right? If you want to do what Jared's doing, you can, and you don't have to pay 1,000 per session, right? You can just pay whatever Nacho said and have it set up on your own device. Okay, done, solved. So I would love for some people to get that in their hands and undercut Jared and freaking ruin Jared's scam. The guy. Anyway, he should get charged for fraud. He should go back to prison because he's a dishonest. He's getting people's personal information who use him as for the service, right? And then he's basically blackmailing them that if they ever say anything, he'll release information about them that he got. Like I've had people come to me, like this one lady who has lost 2,000 to him, right? And I posted about it. I posted her DM, right? She like gave me permission. And basically he just said it was fake. Like he just he just said it was made up. Meanwhile, I have the DM, I have the convo there. I could expose her name and account any day, but I'm not because she's an anonymous source who came to me anonymously with evidence that she was defrauded by Jared. Okay. Anyway, no worries. Next. So on the Black Pill TDS Doomer Panikin section, we have a few accounts. So we have Donnie Darkened, who came at me on Spaces and basically was just reading his script, just like many other in that category would do. Yeah, he basically, when I exposed his other account, he has a second account, Mark Lutchman or something like that, he blocked. So he's running dual personalities. So he's running one dooming on Trump and he's running one account pro Trump. So it's manipulation and it's he's capitalizing and he's being an opportunist and but yeah, you know he couldn't handle being exposed as a Freemason and being exposed as having multiple accounts and pushing a different narrative on each account, right? He's a grifter. He's a liar. He's a scammer. Okay, next we have Mr. Dr. Shiva, the inventor of email, right? So he has TDS, just in case anybody didn't know. He was running for some admin positions, if not president or something. Anyway, he just has TDS. He blocked me over, I don't know, something Trump related, I guess. Then we have next Diligent Denzian, a big time doomer. Just basically runs spaces, dooming on Trump nonstop. We have Dr. Lupus, another doomer. We have Genghis MF Khan, Genghis the Octopus account, typical doomer, and Ryan Mata, another doomer who's been dooming on Trump. 500, almost 450K followers. Next in the list, we have CIA Fed Disinfo Ops. So first on the list, Harrison H. Smith. Yeah, he was working on like the Alex Jones show. Yeah, so I have a screenshot where he basically exposed himself. But yeah, so you'd have to check my page to see where I came to that conclusion. But yeah, next on the list, Kabamer. So yeah, this is a guy pushing a big time grift, GFL aligned grift, channeled stuff, this and that, narratives. Basically, he's doing a spin-off from Q and making it like all galactic and shit. And he's constantly spreading disinformation about people being clones and not doubles. So he's intentionally spreading misinformation on these kind of subjects, like muddying the waters and making money, profiteering. Next on the list, we have Nick Fuentes and Fuentes Updates. So those are the two. That's Fuentes' official account and his number one biggest fan account, which has over 1 million as well. And they've both blocked me within 24 hours. When I was exposing, I went on a hunt for all the Fuentes video evidence I could find and picture evidence of basically him being gay, a Fed, a doomer, a lot of stuff. So I have it posted on my page. It's all pretty much in video format for the most part, except for some screenshots of him talking to what appears to be a transgender, possibly minor. So that one is available as well for you. It's all on my page if you want to see what Fuentes is all about. Next, we have clickbait engagement harvesting grifters. So this category is for people who post stuff that isn't true, but they did it anyway. They got community noted. They did it anyway just for the view, for the grift, for the monetization. Okay. So that's Project Constitution page. Okay. Almost 300,000. And then next off, it's TPV Sean, 370,000. So yeah, he's got his own little news network, but he's guilty of pushing fabricated stories on his page. Literally, so many are community noted. It's like widespread. So he basically, and he has paid partnerships for like all kinds of shit in his comments. Like it's a total garbage and slop account, basically, just promoting his own narratives, his own website, his own stories repeatedly. Anyway, so he was better at one point, but he totally like just went in the direction of propaganda just for clicks, for I guess advertising revenue or from his website or from X or both or I don't know, his YouTube, whatever it is, right? He's in it for monetization. So I've confronted him about disinfo that he posted regarding the chemtrail team task force, some shit like that. It was debunked immediately. Grok debunked it. Community Notes debunked it. I debunked it. There was no evidence from any AI that it existed. No sources, nothing on the internet. He just totally made up a fake task force for chemtrails. And he published an article, published a video. Yeah, I called him out, blocked instantly. So anyway, that's that section. Next, content thief grifters. So in this section, we have Miss Medea Greer, 62K. She's the editor in chief of AMG News, a conspiracy aligned website that is notorious for stealing my articles and publishing it on their own website, word for word, with all my original, writing and images and everything in one place. Word for word theft. And the reason I call her, a theft about it is because she wouldn't source me correctly on purpose. She wouldn't put the website article on purpose, so that nobody could make it back to the website for the original source. Basically, she was just saying like she wrote it. You know what I mean? When it was direct plagiarism, direct theft. So yeah, she's on the list. She stays on the list. I called her out directly to her face. She blocked me. So I don't know why you're going to steal from me and my website, and then you're going to run, block, and hide when I call you out for it. Like, do the right thing. Edit the website, put the article link there, and that's it. You're in the clear. You're good. You know what I mean? But no, people choose a cowardly way. When they get caught, they choose a cowardly way. Okay? So next, crypto charity fraud scammers. Oh, sorry, I missed one more content thief grifter. So we have Rainmaker, 1973. So that's Massimo, 4.3 million followers. So this guy got demonetized. Basically by Nikita, I guess, for basically stealing content from other accounts repeatedly. And he got significantly deboosted. It's all videos that are stolen from other accounts. It's just regurgitation of content that's already basically online on TikTok, on X or whatever. So yeah, he got his page significantly nerfed because basically Nikita put him on notice. And then he didn't stop. He continued to do it, like stealing for clicks and for views and for monetization. So that's it. He got kicked from the program. Basically, they won't let him join the new program if you got kicked from the old program. You're on like a ban from joining the new program. I'm not kicked out of the monetization program, by the way, guys. I just get 0. I'm not kicked out of it. I could, in theory, qualify for the new one, but I don't have enough verified views because of I'm suppressed, so I can't qualify. But I'm not kicked out. Just to let you know, I'm in good standing. Didn't break any rules. I've never been one of them types. I just do my red pilling. If I'm guilty of spam, that's it. That's the most. Like I might be guilty of posting the same thing 20 times. You know what I mean? Like that's about it. But not in one day. Like spread out as asked for, as requested for. And Nikita and Elon know that. You know what I mean? And Pulte and RFK know that too. And Pappy Trump and VK. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that. They know how I roll out here. I've been doing the same shit. You know, just whatever the new intel is, same idea. Whatever I got, if it's old intel, new intel, if it's needed, if it's called upon, if someone can't find it, I'm going to get it for them. You know what I mean? So next, charity fraud scammers. So we have John D. parody account and Vincent Scott, who's affiliated with the John Denver scam. So the John Denver has multiple people involved in the operation. Money is moving in crypto and was moving, and wallets changed, and money was cashed out. And it's another one of those things where the money was supposed to be for something like the charity, but it ended up being for to buy a car, to buy a house. Kind of like the Julie Donuts thing. Okay. So anyway, I believe also the John Denver parody account is not just run by a man, but also by a woman. So it's a couple. A couple has, uses it. And he has others involved, um, you know, in the operation and in helping him out and doing these gift giveaways and gift cards or whatever it is that he does, on his page. And a lot of big pharma product shelling there as well is happening. So next on the list, we have a crypto meme coin scammer. So we have Code Monkeys, known as Ron, 440,000 followers. So basically, he made this coin for 8kun or whatever, said he was going to reveal some cryptic hidden figure when it reached a certain market cap, and we didn't see shit. So it was just basically, he said he was going to do a lot. Nothing ever came from it. So I guess it was a nothing burger. It was a lie. It was a grift. It was another scam, right? It was another pump coin. So, I mean, I obviously didn't buy into it. I called it out from the beginning. You know what I mean? As someone who's not, a crypto guy. So, next, we have Flynn Cultists, simp. So these are people who attacked personally directly at me, or and then blocked, and still have me blocked. There's others who had me blocked who removed the block because they were on the list, or they realized they were wrong. So anyway, I've been apologized to, by the way, by people who were on the block list, and so then they came off the block list after basically unblocking me and apologizing in several cases, of course. But yeah, so we have some of these people, by the way, at least 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, we were mutually following each other at one point. And then when they saw information on my page, or that I commented on their page about some sort of grifts that were Flynn related, all the money he's made, millions, right? With the agent mock summarizing it all and everything like that, it made it easy to show it all in one post, in one screenshot, all the money Flynn had made. It's around 26 million. So they don't like that. And the dating site as well was the dating site was one for the pure was 1.7 million alone. It was sold, and so was the data, by the way. Anyway, they didn't like this information. Some of them, like I said, realized they were wrong, unblocked, came back around and said, "Hey, I was wrong, and I'm sorry, and you were right, and Ariel was right, and let's turn a new chapter," right? So anyway, on this list, we have Liz Crokin, News Treason, Laura Logan, Real AF Patriot. Those 4 were all following me at one point, and then they've switched to blocking after one comment or something they saw of mine. That's it. They immediately went into gatekeeping mode because they don't want to have anybody like me go in their comments and post something contrary about the Flynn Network, because it hurts their narrative. For them, it's better to block. See, I don't really have a narrative, so I let doomers and shills and anyone comment on my page. Even if I have them muted, I don't have time to waste on them. If they want to post their nonsense, that's fine, right? I don't have time to waste on them. Nobody is blocked from having an opinion. You can have your opinion, even if your opinion is dumb, stupid, or wrong. You can still have your opinion, and you can still put it in my comments if you want. And I'll leave you there as scraps for others who might want to come by and take a shot at you. But for me, I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? I only want to focus on serious posts, good questions, good context, where it's worthwhile. I don't get that much time anymore to come on X every day. I only get a little bit in the morning, and a little bit more in the evening. So that's it. Okay. So, and the other 2 on the list are Bone Cutler and Brian Gamble. Now, I believe Bone Cutler is no longer with us, but somebody has continued to use his account. So rest in peace. It's a shame that, it's a shame, right? Like, people are lost from the truth movement all the time. Even, who knows? Maybe Flynn sacrificed him. Who knows? So anyway, next in line, we have a special category here for ignorant spazzes. So the only one here is the E. Smitty, Millionaire Mindset. Handle is the real E. Smitty. I think he's into like music and radio or something like that. Production maybe. So yeah, he just blocked me randomly, like just because he didn't have the patience to understand what I was trying to explain, like in the comments, and he didn't know how to mute a conversation or untag himself, so he just blocked. So, but he also like spazzed publicly, like I think he deleted his comments, but he looked really foolish at the time. Anyway, so he should unblock me because really we're not on opposing sides. So next we have info gatekeepers. So this section is a bit more generic. These are people who are not necessarily in a network, So they might be actually, or they might be close to one, but not clearly. So it's kind of like they're just in the gatekeeper section because they're, again, blocking info from being visible in their comments. So first off, we have Dan Bongino. So he's on the list. He blocked over Flynn, ironically, and now he has turned on Flynn, which is ironic, and he should basically unblock everyone who he called a black pill doomer who was questioning Flynn. You see? Anyway, it would be good if he unblocked, then I could take him off the list, right? So anyway, because I think he's useful as a podcast guy, as a talking guy, he's useful. But clearly as FBI, he didn't get much accomplished. And he quit, right? So he talked big, but really Kash Patel is getting a lot done there, and obviously Dan didn't make much of a difference there, I guess. He talked more than he could deliver upon. So anyway. Next we have War Clandestine. 750,000 followers. Okay. Yeah, so this guy basically is a big time gatekeeper from his comment section. He just blocks people so that his followers don't go to follow someone else instead. Like go to someone else's page for info or whatever. He doesn't want any competition. That's what it's about. I've spoken to people who knew him before that he had this account. He didn't make it big on any of his previous accounts. So once he got to this one and he made it big, that's kind of the direction he went in, just basically gatekeeping and restricting competition. Next on the list, we have Crowdsource the Truth, JG_CSTT is the handle, almost 100K. Yeah, Patreon in bio. This guy is a gatekeeper, blocked me. I don't even remember why, but it was, something that you could just disagree upon and just let it, whatever. But no, instead, gatekeeping. So I couldn't reply, right? Next, we have I am John Cullen, 177,000. This guy is another one blocked for, I don't know what reason, gatekeeping info again. I think this guy is some kind of operative, though, for someone. Next, Elizabeth April basically blocked me because I called her, she recommended the mRNA injection. She basically said, yeah, take it if you want to take it. She said it's GFL, what do you call it? Safe and effective GFL juice. Like she was basically saying like it's fake. Like you can take it if you want to take it, right? So that's the same kind of thing, what's it called? Kabamir was saying. Okay? So anyway, Elizabeth April, you know, sometimes I agree with some of the stuff she says. She has some interesting channeled takes. A lot of people claim she's outright fake. I just think, instead of blocking, she should have maybe responded and tried to explain where she was coming from in recommending the vaccine if somebody wanted to take it. Like, she should have just explained herself, is all I'm saying. Like, anyway, next on the list, Billboard Chris. I've actually met this guy in real life. 520,000. Yeah, so basically, this guy is controlled off. Just letting you know. That's really what it comes down to. Like, not sure exactly. Again, whatever these people blocked me for, I probably made an individual post at the time of, but I can't remember off the top. I just know this guy's controlled off. Like he's narrative restricted. Like he doesn't cover everything. He only focuses on certain topics. Next, we have Scott Pressler, the Persistence, 2.5 million. This guy is a homo, basically, and he's involved in the voting and getting people to register and this and that. And MAGA, he claims he's MAGA, Maha, Barbs, President Trump, we delivered, whatever, right? But when the exposure came on him, he blocked. So, it was going around at the time. I probably got involved in it. There's pictures of him with other guys, stuff like that. A lot of the other stuff was he wasn't being honest about the numbers for the voter registration. Like he was hyping up numbers and stealing numbers. I remember now. He was stealing credit for numbers from other people, like stealing their registration numbers, just so he could say he was doing the most. Anyway, next we have real Dr. Jane Ruby. Dr. Jane Ruby account, 150,000. Yeah, she was actually on the Stu Peters show for the Clots. So I actually liked her. We were mutuals, and then can't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was something TDS related that made her block. Basically, she's one of the yeah, she basically just bashes on Trump like regularly. So obviously she doesn't know fucking shit. So anyway, next, Bigger Truth. Oh, I'm not gonna be allowed to say this one. It appears that he has unblocked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, well, sorry then. I'll take you off the list next time around. My bad. Whoops. So next in line, we have Phantom Shadow, which is at fucknuts. And this guy claims to be the Martin Scorsese of memes. He's affiliated with the Dilly meme team. And yeah, basically, yeah, 55K. Basically blocked me over some, something almost insignificant, I would imagine. But pretty sure, yeah, it was, TDS. So it was, again, up the TDS alley. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what you're doing here if you're turning on Trump. You know what I mean? It's pretty mixed, like, or maybe, sorry, maybe not Trump, maybe it was Q, but it's like, how do you not realize Trump is Q plus? Like, he's posting the meme on his Truth Social that has Q plus on his neck. You know what I mean? So I don't remember if this guy was necessarily, if it was because of Flynn or if it was because of Q plus or whatever. But this guy blocked for something along those lines and just was gatekeeping the info from, yeah. Next in line, we have the another section here. We have the impersonators and QFS scammer section. First on the list, we have Whiplash 347. That's 162,000 followers. This is a big time crypto scamming guy. He's running a Telegram operation. Allegedly, he started it out and he sold it off to whoever's running it, and it's all about fraud. It's all about taking money from people and selling crypto and even garbage crypto that doesn't even matter. Next, Juano Saven, 107 account, right here on the on the list. I was told, Juan doesn't have an X account, right? So that means this is a fake. This is an impersonator, right? So either this is an impersonator, or why would the real Juano Saven block me, right? Is it because I exposed his real identity, that he accidentally revealed his face on the Michael Jaco show? Is that why? Is it because he's not JFK Jr., or is it because maybe he is used by JFK Jr. as a disguise, like online, to JFK Jr. to basically use his voice, but then when you see the video, it's not him. Like, it's this guy Wayne Willett or whatever his name is, right? I don't know. Something is up there because he puts Disinfo out, and he's bragged, Toronto Saven, he's bragged on the Nino Boxer show about all the money and millions he's making off of the book. and you know how easy it is to make money off of the book, while at the same time pushing disinfo. So that's the problem with John O'Savin. Okay, a lot of stuff he said never happened. He made claims, they didn't happen. Okay, next in line, the 17th letter. Okay, yeah, blocked. So this is not the real 17th letter who's on Truth Social. This is an impersonator. That's why he has me blocked, because I exposed the QFS scam that he was running. It's a QFS scammer. Next, we have loop underscore RM underscore 3117211. So that's a fake Mr. Pool account. So yeah. Posting a lot of engagement harvesting content here on the page. This is not how real Mr. Pool would operate his account. This is totally fake. This is not Mr. Pool. This is about basically propaganda here and clickbait harvesting and QFS scamming. That's what this page is about. Okay? So it's a fake Mr. Pool. It has 115,000 followers. Okay? Fake Mr. Pool account. Next, last category, Zion influencers. So this category is, yeah, reserved for, you know, people who simp basically Zionism and block you while protecting it. So this first one on the list, Marissa Hansen, almost 200,000 followers. So this one over here basically had me blocked back from the Instagram days over, you know, a controlled op exposure on reverse mockingbird account. It was something like that. I have, you know, screenshots in my phone. I have a video recording actually of a conversation that exposes her. And basically, she went to Israel and worked with the ADL and all kinds of stuff. She was basically like under George Soros. So anyway, that's how I guess we bumped into each other on X. She immediately put the block on me because she recognized my icon. Okay. Next, we have Jordan Peterson. 6 million followers. I got the block. Yeah. So he promoted the vaccine on 4 occasions, the COVID. Okay. He's also a big time simp for Zionism. So, anywho, as you can see, they promote vaccines, they simp Zionism. It's a kind of a correlation. It's common. If they simp, they promote. Okay. So anyway, I got the block here.
Hey, Nada, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got the block here for exposing that he posted promotions for the vaccine 4 times, basically. That's why I got the block. Yo, what's up?
I just wanted to let you know that I sent you the file you asked for. I got up out of bed.
You're very quiet. You're very quiet. You're very muffled.
I sent you the file. My AI is done.
Yeah, I did DM you before I started talking.
All right.
You need my desktop.
You can continue. I was just going to go to bed. I just wanted to let you know.
You actually, I see here. Okay, there's instructions.
And I wanted everybody to know that I did it, not just pulled a no.
Double click get MP3, paste, wait.
Read the instructions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine if they don't come labeled. I manually will do that.
I can make it better. This is just, you asked me to do it, I did it, and that was my AI one-shotting it.
Okay. All right, I'll have to try it out later. I gotta, yeah, thanks. I'll let you know.
No worries. All right, guys.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh, so you're actually going to bed now, though?
I can stay up if you want. Like I was gonna go to bed earlier. I had a long day,
Well,
but if you want me to stay around, I can.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just, yeah. I'm just wondering, yeah. But no worries. You gotta go. You gotta go. I get it, right? So
No, I can go, man. I can stay. I already took enough time. I just was excited because you asked me and I did it.
yeah, because
So,
I
and I
would
know
try to
that.
use this after I'm done talking. Like I'll give the mic over, and then I'll try to use this, and then I can let you.
Okay, then I'll be around.
But yeah, I don't know if
All right.
it's still, yeah, it's getting late fast. So yeah, I'm just trying to zoom
I'll
off on
be
this
around.
and
Do your
get to the
thing.
next thing, basically. So basically, last on the list here, we have Misfit Patriot. Again, another Zionist simp, just blocked over, something like that. Anywho, we can go to the next thing we should be covering here off of the main timeline. So just the other day, this is probably 2 days ago now. So 2 days ago, I'm going to put in the bubble now. Ready? Coming. Oh, were we caught up in the bubble? Yeah, we had the Rockefeller, the Michael Sala, and the Elite Savior. Elite Savior provided his build links in the bubble, and Rockefeller provided 2 posts. Check it out. Now I just added another post, currently the first one now in the bubble. It's so Trump, what's it called? The DHS posted responding to all of the ICE activity that someone basically put a screenshot on the X. DHS replied and said, with a picture of Trump with a pretty serious look and an umbrella. By the way, I didn't write this, but I'm going to tell you guys here on the space. The umbrella has to do with storms. Okay. I didn't write it there, but I realize now there's an umbrella for a reason. So understand the caption on the image says, "Did you remain loyal?" Question mark. Trump, serious face under an umbrella. Okay. So what is being insinuated here is those who were not loyal, who turned, who were dooming, who were panicking, who were flip-flopping on Trump, who went against Trump, who are putting other candidates up against Trump's recommendation. Okay. They were not loyal. So the implication here is the storm is coming for them too, right? Why would they not be loyal to Trump? Were they an infiltrator all along? Were they just waiting a couple years, a few years in to flip on Trump? Right? Were they bought out? Did they sell out? Did they get funding from somebody else? If it wasn't APAC, is it somebody else funding them? Okay. So anyway, the decode I've done here is, you might have seen this basically already on some other accounts, which is fine. But yeah, what I did here was I just looked for the word loyal in the Q drop, and I just saw a couple options I liked, but I went with this one, just because it made the most sense, right? So I turned it into a Grok Imagine, but it's actually a Q drop being read in the Grok Imagine. So Q said, "We cannot telegraph everything for reasons all can understand." The invisible enemy. That's me inserting that as a hint. And then it continues. "We do try in our own way to inform loyal Anons and patriots." That's in the Q drop. So basically, the comms from Trump, right? From Q, from Scavino, from the Pappy Trumpo account, from whatever, right? From the official Department of War account or the DHS or the White House account or the press secretary, who have great check marks. Um, they're posting Q proofs, they're posting Q slogans. They did it all year long, right? It's a bit less, it's reduced now, right? It's reduced. But it was pretty big time consistent, like every freaking day for a couple months, like a few months earlier this year, right? It was big time. And we've had Trump posting the spiritual Street Fighter Q images on his official Truth Social quite regularly. Again, it's reduced now, but quite regularly as of last year and this year. So anyway, that's it. That's the message here. It's Q drop 2453 if you want to look into it yourself. I just turned it into Grok Imagine. That's my current posting style, is to do Grok Imagine, use my credits and make it a Q, basically some sort of Q decode or Q related. Although not the best quality, because Grok limits it to 480p. So sorry about that. It's not, if it's not legible, but luckily you can hear the words spoken that I want to be heard, right? And so next, this is a quick and easy one. So coming to the bubble. So here's the proof. RFK screenshot. Noticed one day when I was checking my accounts, checking through, I was trying to clean one up so I could make way for another, but then I saw this, so I said, oh, okay, I guess, gotta post it. Like, how am I not gonna post this? You know what I mean? So there it is. RFK, yep, I'm highly honored to be recognized in this capacity from the Acting Secretary of Health. I appreciate all you're doing to restore health for not only Americans, but by extension, the entire world. So when America takes action, the world follows, right? So when RFK and Trump change the vaccine schedule, other countries will follow, okay? When RFK exposes the chemtrails and exposes the autism or the Tylenol or the whatever pill or whatever, right? Or whatever they're spraying, the Monsanto on the crops, if it's the glyphosate, okay? Whatever, right? When RFK says the vaccine is in trial, it's not safety approved yet, okay? It's exposure, right? He's saying something, right? Other countries follow. Other countries take note. Other countries want to copy America and be like America. Other countries want to send their people to America for opportunity, right? Everybody wants to be like America. Okay? So next, 3 days ago, we had Trump at this was on the weekend, yeah. So we had Trump at the Freedom 250. They're calling it Grand Prix. Okay? Trump, he's waving a massive green flag. It's on video. It was posted by all kinds of White House accounts. Great check mark. Papi Trumpo and this and that, right? So what I've done here for you guys, I went in the Q drops, I searched up green, and I just took the 3 most relevant examples that kind of resonate with the phase we're in. Okay? Now, to know the phase you're in right now, you would have to have Ginger's military updates, Spec Ops intel, to know where we've been and where we're going and what's being worked on, clandestine, underground, whatever, right, by the special operators. That will help you understand the green for gold calm. Okay, so from the drops, 3 of them. We have drop 4384. Roger Ball has been called good and green. 1433. Military op green. Drop 302. For green, Q end. Okay? So the message here that I've made into the Grok Imagine is green for GoComs clear, 5-5. Clandestine and subterranean military special operations remain active worldwide. Very simple. Nothing out of the ordinary as that I would be saying here, and I have been saying for several years. It's ongoing. You guys have seen the Ginger Intel. You can go to her channel and ask questions. She can ask the operators directly for you if you really had a serious question. Okay? She's on X as well. If you click this post, you will be sent to the Mega Ginger thread. This has all the Ginger Intel in one place, and she's tagged near the bottom when her account was created this year. Which I did pressure her to make the account last year, maybe before that. But yeah, I was telling her she would do well on X if she posted it directly on X. But there's a lot of pushback on X. Like she means like shills and detractors. That's why she's not too active on here, and she kind of sticks to the Telegram. But yeah. And next, I got another one for you guys coming to the bubble. So this one over here was just kind of, trying to get Elon to, work on the algo still. So it's just a Grok Imagine again. So it's Elon, please save X for red pill truthers. Like take the red pill, follow the white rabbit. Please remove the harsh reach limiting deboosting amplified to our accounts. That feels like permanent, known as do not amplify to the For You feed. So I just show the Grok code. Like I show, like it's AI. It could be fake. Like for all we know, it's not in the code. It's fake. Like, but the point is, the do not amplify is in the code. That's the point that needed to be shown in the video and be demanded to be adjusted, right? So what's happened is a bunch of us posted content. It was over target. We got reported. We got blocked, muted, shills targeted, repeat. We got throttled, deboosted, hidden from the For You feed, demonetized in some cases, or what do you call it? Just getting zero. And that's because you're so limited and you're so throttled. So the reason for that is the do not amplify feature, which targets your entire profile, not just a single post, but your entire profile. So it's basically designed to keep you from reaching out of circle, meaning you only be shown to your followers at most and not all of them, just a select percent of them, right? So that's how it works. So I'm just basically saying, we got rid of Nikita. Elon, you released the code. It's in our face. We know it's happening. Grok admits it. Nikita brushed it off and laughed and said, Grok is stupid. When I showed Grok, said, yeah, it's throttled from 2025, 2026 versus 2023, 2024. It's 90% throttle decrease, 90% reduction. Okay, Nikita brushed it off. Doesn't care. Not his problem. Right? Good thing you resigned. And you know what? You shouldn't be an advisor. You shouldn't be involved with X whatsoever. You shouldn't be getting $1 from X. Okay? That's my opinion of, But I don't know. Maybe things are getting better here now that he's gone, to be honest, because the posts I'm making on my page seem to be doing okay, actually. Like they're getting traction. They're getting some view and activity and likes and also a good amount of comments. So I think something has changed a little bit already. So I shouldn't bitch too much right now. I should try to let it see if it kind of improves. So we're not going to bitch about suppression today because out of superstition that it might return again very badly. Because it seems okay, like I'm doing a little better. Obviously, I'm still significantly suppressed than comparison to prior to October 2025. Significantly, yeah. But before then, I was above 2 million a week. Now I don't even touch 1 million a week now in views. So yeah, but let's see. I think I've covered all my main meat and potatoes here. Yeah, we're Gucci gang. We're all good. So basically, we can open it back up here, and I'll take a look here at this AI built program for me. But yeah, we can have anybody on the mic really at this time. if anybody had any question or comment, something they wanted to ask about anything I covered, I only covered 1, 2, 3, 4, basically about 5 or 6, 7 posts, main posts. We had a lot of open discussion already, which is great. And also we can give Dave a chance to come on his backup account, unless he can speak from his regular account, because Dave hasn't said a word. Like, I mean, he has, but he really hasn't, covered anything he might want to cover, like an actual give him a few minutes type of thing. He is the host after all. Thank you, Dave, for being a great host. Literally hosting us off the Starlink. He can't even speak half the time. And he's still hosting us. So Dave is a good guy. Dave deserves like many blessings and thanks and good intentions from all of us for just being there, setting this up, sharing it out
Love you, Dave.
every week. Dave is a great guy. So thanks, Dave. I hope the message was hearable. But otherwise, the good intentions, they're still coming your way, even if it wasn't heard. Don't worry, Dave. So, respects. And yeah, so we're going to open up the floor now at this point. I've covered the main stuff I wanted to cover. Anything else that I missed that maybe I covered, let me know, guys. I can put it in the bubble or just talk about it. But yeah, so the floor is going to be, again, whoever wants to speak, you can come on right now, or you can put your hand up or whatever, and I can call you out, whatever is better for you. But yeah, so we've got Joe, Nacho, Abraham, Rockashella, Elite, Silver, Nerdy, and Safe all on the mic. What's up, Joe?
Hey, Knock. Thanks
What you
for
saying, bro?
everything, guys. Sorry we couldn't hear you, Dave. It was spotty. Yeah, but you hung in there all night.
Yep.
Thank you. And Nacho, it's very intriguing to me. Right now, it's a whole new language, what you're talking about, but definitely has me interested. So I put a text message in the messaging because I don't know how to use the purple pill. And I usually don't have anything that important to put up there. But I had a strange interaction with Red Pill Drifter, who I've been following for quite some time and messaging, DMing for
DMing.
probably,
So, Joe,
probably
tell us what happened, because I've been usually always on good terms with Red Pill Drifter. So I'm interested to hear what happened.
I put a screenshot of our last interaction and I just stopped because the hairs on the back of my head went up. So it's in the comments section.
Okay.
It won't be too far down, probably. But yeah, he started asking me questions about XRP and what platform do you use, what wallet do you use, and I just didn't answer. And I was just wondering, I didn't hear his name on any of the lists, and most
Yeah, as far
important,
as I know, you know, he he's not in any of those groups. Or I see a comment from you, just was a screenshot, something about Pike chatting with him and his wife. Right, because there's yeah, uh, um, yeah,
that last
I know,
piece.
I know the account you're talking about is his wife is
This
battle,
could be a grip, not him
Battle of
either.
Ever. Yeah,
yeah,
it sounds like anybody who's asking you about
Yeah,
crypto, ignore them, block, right?
exactly.
Because they're usually somebody who is impersonating, or they're actually just a grifter. So neither one is
Right.
going to help
Well,
you.
that makes
but
me
where did
happy.
he ask you about crypto? I just see a screenshot from you.
Yeah, if you blow it up, that last it's blue, I think. Let me find. Well, I'll just go right to my
I
DMs.
see a few comments from you, but only
Yeah, I'll read it
one
to
with
you.
tick.
The last piece he says, nice, smart to be ready with XRP. And on the side, On
Mm.
what exchange crypto wallet do you have these assets?
Okay,
So
hold on. Is this a fake Red Pill Drifter account?
I bet it is. I forgot about all that.
Okay.
It's been a
So look,
while for me.
do you have the DM currently?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to the DM, click the profile at the top, like click the name.
Yep. I just did. Oh yeah.
I'll do it with you. Click the name, click profile, go to the profile.
I got it.
Okay. How many followers does it have?
Hold on. Oh, it's a grifter. I got had.
Okay, I'm actually more I'm happy to hear that because I didn't think it would have hit not something I've ever heard of him before. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it fucked me up all day because I
yeah,
really
sorry,
liked
sorry.
him.
It's okay, you know, Joe, you know, you can ask me anytime
Yeah,
if something like this, I'm looking out for you. You know what I mean? Like you can ask me anytime
and
about this kind of situation.
I would
Yeah.
have but the show was tonight, so I figured I'd
Oh
sneak it
yeah,
in
yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
show.
For sure, for sure. Like live is good too. Yeah, no worries. It's a quick, easy
But I
investigation.
totally forgot about the fake,
Yeah.
the
So
fake profiles.
my advice on this is that there is a lot of impersonators for myself, for Dan Scavino, for Red Pill Drifter, for Ariel, for Doc Holiday, for
Right,
for everybody who's you know worth impersonating and making a grift, right?
right.
So what I advise everyone ways to know if an account is a impersonator is a few ways. So number one, check location in bio. If it's not where that person has told you they're from, like I'm Canada or some are America, then you already know it's a grifter. It's an impersonator. Number one. Number two, there might be a missing blue check mark. Maybe they're not, they're
Oh,
an impersonator. They don't
doesn't
want to
have
pay for
that
the
either.
account. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number three, the follower count will be wrong. Like the people worth impersonating have a significant following.
How do
In
they sneak
yeah.
in, their profile? Like, how does it populate above the real profile?
Okay. So in the search or in the tagging process, they try to make the handles similar or comparable. So when an account like me or Red Pill Drifter is shadow banned and
Yeah.
search banned, for example, they won't show up. So NotOpQ won't show up, but NotOpQ7 and NotOpQ12 and NotOpQ_0, they'll show up when you type NotOpQ in search or in a post, and you'll end up tagging them by accident. And some people might even fall for it and think it's them, etc. And so the other thing they do is, Joe, is that they will target. So they will go to the real NotOpQ page, for example, if it's a NotOpQ impersonator,
It is.
and they will go to the followers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And or the commenters. Like they will check a post and they will contact in DM everybody who commented. Okay.
Right.
So what they're doing is they're targeting the followers and the fans, you would say, in some cases, and they're basically trying to think that the person will be fooled by the fact that they're being DM'd by someone that they look up to or whatever in the movement. So that's the whole concept
Yeah.
of the QFS impersonation scam grift for crypto. Yeah.
Yeah. I sent you a screenshot of his profile, his fake profile.
Yeah. Should I check DM or comments or where?
Yeah, I just put it in the DM
In the DM.
or comments. I'm sorry.
Okay. Comment section. I'm gonna hit
The
recent.
same
See if it comes
place
up.
I just posted the other one.
Okay. I see it. I see it. Yeah. So what they'll do is they'll follow you, right? Just like he did here. They'll follow you. They'll DM you. They'll act like it's the backup account for the real Red Pill Drifter. This actually looks very close. Okay. Next thing to look for. Ready?
Yep.
The next thing to look for is the misspelling in the handle. Okay, so here we found it. So it's red pill and then it's difter. So the R is missing here.
Oh shit.
Okay. Yes.
I even missed that on the second go around.
That's okay, Joe. I got you. Don't worry. So that's what
Well, this makes
friends are
me
doing.
happy
So
because I've been building a relationship with him for at least a couple years.
yeah.
He and his wife.
So show this to him, right?
Yep, and report
Because
it.
you just say Not Up told me to, Not Up speaks highly of you. He told me to send this to you. Okay?
Yep.
That's it. He'll be happy to hear it. It was co-signed by me.
Will
So
do.
anyway, point is, when you see these impersonators, don't feel shy. Post it to the real account and ask them, "Is this you? Like, do you have backups? Are you DMing me?" And they'll tell you right away, "No, report and block." Like,
Yeah.
that's what I say. Like, I write in all caps when people say is not up to _7 or is not up to 12 or not up to 8 or not up to number 2. Are these your backup accounts? And it's like, bro, like, how am I gonna have time for a backup account? I'm over here working a normie job for like 7 hours a day. How am I having a backup account? Like, what are you talking? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what do you mean backup account? I only get to come on X like a couple hours if
Well,
I'm lucky.
you've got the right voice to be working a phone though in a phone room. You're.
Yeah, I'm good for the door too. Yeah. So you got it.
I
So
got it.
yeah, I see. Joe, we have a request in the comments from Anomaly. They're asking how come you have them blocked. It's okay if you don't want to answer, but I'm just seeing if we can resolve this.
Because he was getting under my skin, and
Okay.
I don't want to do that shit anymore.
Okay.
And I gave him a few, opportunities to settle down, and he ramped up. And I used to feed off of that negative shit. I don't want to be that guy anymore.
So maybe he thought he could still get some of that juice going.
And I used to get a lot out of being angry and pissed off, and that was my thing. But
well, I'm opening up the stage here for Anomaly to try and make it up with you if you're open to it. If you're not, we'll just move on. But the stage is open for Anomaly to try and rectify with you. Maybe we can get each other on block or whatever. If Anomaly is interested, and if you're interested, otherwise no worries. I just try to be
sure, go ahead.
peacemaker.
Hey guys, aloha from Maui, Hawaii. How's everybody doing? May I intervene?
Yeah,
Have a voice?
you're welcome to hop on now. Yeah.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't want to burst any bubbles or anything, but you mentioned XRP, and just as a Q-tard, I want everyone to know that I went hook, line, and sinker into XRP. I went to Vegas. I met David Schwartz. I did the whole thing, but there's nothing in the Q drops that talks about XRP. And I just want everyone to consider, if you do want to invest or you are invested, just really look hard, because these guys are not, in my opinion, they're not who that we were sold they are. Ripple is a company out of Silicon Valley. They minted 100 billion XRP out of thin air, and they still hold 32.4 billion
And the
XRPs,
main
and they're selling
thing
it every
is that
month,
it's not
right?
backed by anything physical. Yeah.
It isn't.
It's kind of it's like the value proposition is a little different than what we would normally put value to. Like a commodity would be something that's like grown or mined or something that anybody can get. And so the idea that XRP is a commodity is kind of silly, in that Ripple just kind of like made it all up, and they hold the majority share, and they've been selling every month, virtually every month, on top of the community. So to me, this is one of the biggest grifts in the entire movement, and it's been targeted at patriots and targeted to Q-tards. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's going to be $1 million, but right now XRPL is a ghost chain. There's less than 1% of the wallets that are active. There's no banks using it. They've given XRP to many, many, many banks. They've given it, but what do those banks do? They sell it. So there's nothing happening on the XRPL because it's not what they told us. It's super slow. It cannot compare to Visa and MasterCard in terms of speed. So there's not really any incentive for a financial institution or anyone in the future to use it, right? This is like 14-year-old technology. And if you want, I'll even post a in the nest, whatever. There's a tweet from 2018 of Joel Katz, David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, or the former CTO. He left, right? But he's even tweeted about bathing in blood and drinking blood and injecting blood. And so these guys, to me, I'm just saying this is one thing I would like everyone to consider. Don't believe me. Use your own intuition. Use your own thoughts, and do your own research. But the point is that I think this is another one where it's like, did we all, or are we getting psyoped by Ripple? And is this not just another way to basically drain the Patriot Front of their financial assets and make us all look stupid in front of our families and friends? And that's where I went. I put myself in a hard place and ended up losing my shop. But now I'm literally rebuilding homes in Lahaina. So one thing leads to the next, so I'm not going to string myself up for feeling stupid, but I worry about people who are worry that they would harm themselves when they figure it out, and they lose all their money, and they lose everything like that. You know what I mean? So to me, again, I don't want to tell everyone what to do, but I want anyone with a heart in here that's not a fraud gatekeeper, that's not here just to try and corral people into a freaking narrative. Think with your own mind, and if you want to go deeper, we can. But that's my 2 cents on XRP. Thank you for letting me
Thanks,
share.
man. That totally
Yeah.
resonated. That would be the biggest psyop ever.
Yep. I don't disagree with you at all. In fact, I have been kind of saying the same thing as you to all the XRP bros, like who act like BTC bros, basically. There's a concept, and these guys are promoting it, and they hold a lot of it. They could change the price of it, print it out, make it out of thin air and all, but I don't believe it's backed by anything physical at this point, and I don't know if it will be at this. I think they're just saying gold because it's part of the whole hype up to get people to buy into it, thinking it's going to be backed by gold. But the truth is, I think really what has to happen is the fiat needs to be backed by gold. And if the fiat becomes digitized, that's another thing, and it's still backed by gold. Okay. But who cares, about all these cryptos if the fiat is still worthless? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we need to have the fiat fixed. We need to have the Fed fixed, right? So it has to go in that
I
direction.
agree completely.
We saw the Treasury
And
secretary talk about it, right? About the gold and stuff when they were having a news piece there with Jesse B. Waters or someone. I'll let you continue. Go ahead.
So in the drops it says gold shall destroy the Fed, and so but we're not going to be running around carrying gold. There are gold backs, right? I'm sure a lot of people understand that gold back currency does exist, but it's still kind of new. There's not a lot of places you can use it. But if it was on the blockchain, then it could be something that we could transact in, and it could be the Treasury backed up, and so the thing that people need to understand, you mentioned BTC, which to me is also a huge psyop, massive psyop. And if you look in the Epstein files, you'll see that Epstein literally brought the 3 of the 5 BTC core developers to Epstein Island. There's like the guy named Adam Beck, and they say, oh, he might be Satoshi and blah blah blah. But point is, BTC got co-opted. It got hijacked, and they took Bitcoin, the original Bitcoin, the peer-to-peer electronic cash, and they basically neutered it. They made it so you could hide the digital signature. So now the whoever's basically, they made it easier to do dirty business, but Bitcoin is not for below board business. Bitcoin is a public ledger. It's a it's a it's a blockchain that nobody can falsify the data. And so in this day and age, scumbags want to be able to hide data. They can't have above board data. If they're going to create whatever they do with their money, buying kids or buying whatever, or sending transactions, they can't be having it like a data record that you can go back and find. So the point is that BTC was completely hijacked, in my opinion. And if you go deep into it and you realize, okay, Satoshi did not create the BTC we have today. Satoshi created this super badass platform that has been restored, and it's in my opinion, this is the one thing that people should be considering. And so if you do want to look at data and the peer-to-peer electronic cash system, then the ticker for the original protocol is BSV. That's the
So
Bitcoin with
if I may, because
that's
like
that
I
started number
also
one.
I agree with you, but I hear a lot of buyer's remorse, and I think that happens a lot in crypto. I think that XRP is good, it has its
Totally.
place. I think that BSV is good, it has its place. I think Solana is good and it has its place, especially Ethereum. I think all of these ecosystems are interacting with each other and they need to. I think that these things are taking time and our families don't understand. So we look like we're crazy people. And sometimes the decisions that we make, we have to reckon for them, right? Like, not everything goes well. I lost my farm and my house. I am now vibe coding from my in laws. Things don't always work out the way that we think that they will. But I think what is important is that most of the time when we make these big moves, we don't understand the technology that we're looking at, right? Like that BSV thing he just shared is a huge lesson, right? Everybody here can learn from it. It took me years for it, right? And the reality is that he's correct about almost all of it. However, each of us have our own bias in this journey, right? Things we wish we did, things we didn't do. I think the important part is just doing and building, right? I'm glad that you found your way through and are building houses and shit now.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and I'm not telling anyone what to buy. I'm just saying that if you want to look into the Bitcoin, sorry, my car makes noise, but if you want to look into the whole Bitcoin, just the whole entire thing is huge. And so they're actually making a movie about it. And the guy that made The Bourne Identity, his name is the producer that a bunch of action films. He's actually making a movie with Casey Affleck and Pete Davidson and Gal Gadot. She was like Wonder Woman. Anyway, there's going to be a movie that's going to tell the truth. Until now, it's been completely hijacked. The truth has been so confusing to understand. And I feel like I only found it because I'm just so, because I got hurt with XRP and saw through that, like saw through the catchphrases and all the bullshit that they just repeat daily, daily, daily. Everyone's just on this hopium hype cycle. And to me, where I'm getting at, because this is a Q group, correct? Most everyone here is a Q-tard, I would assume.
Yeah.
What I'm getting at is the Satoshi is part of Q. And the Bitcoin is part of the plan to save the world and to take away the economic power from the scumbag class and put it on a level playing field. And that's truly what the Bitcoin blockchain was designed to do, was create a globally distributed, immutable ledger that nobody can falsify. And we can all interact for super cheap, like 0.0001 is a transaction fee. And so where we're going, I mean, it's already doing millions of transactions per second. There's already been 70 some or 80 billion transactions, or is it trillion? I forget, but it's going to continue to scale. And the thing is, it's not marketed. They're not marketing the real Bitcoin. It's totally undercover because it's not a scam. There's not people out there getting paid to hype it. We're all just, there's Q-tards and a few, other randos that see through the bullshit. And
So
in my
before,
opinion, I could be wrong. I could be, you guys
if
could
I
totally prove
were,
me wrong. But
so as a guy that's been like, I have done crypto since the very beginning. I had Bitcoin burned on an old computer that would mean that I would never have to work again, but we don't talk about that. I think that before people even start looking into coins, you have to realize what you're getting into. I think you need to understand the economics behind it. I think finding stuff like Milton Friedman and economists, if you're really going to start digging into like why these tokens are good, and systems, I think understanding why they are good and sort of compared to the systems we have now is important, because if you don't, you'll fall for everybody who's shilling a coin, right? And that's kind of what's happening right now, is that everybody's divorced from the economics and the problems that they're trying to solve.
Yeah, I do agree. A lot of people kind of went to the casino instead of stayed true to the, the thesis of making a better world and using our, power for something good. But there's other people with their hands up, so I'll step aside.
Yeah, so Nerdy Bird and Elite, if you wanted to add a question or anything to that, go ahead.
Yeah, I do have. Would you mind, Elite? I did have something related to the Bitcoin business. Um, I kind of well, I'm trying to find your handle. The guy that was talking about the Bitcoin and XRP.
It's
Um,
FBQ Creations. Handle is Levi Decker
oh yeah,
111.
yeah, Epic Q, Epic. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, what he said really resonated concerning duping. Qtards, Telegram was kind of heavy trafficked with Anons, and I mean, that was the place because censorship was so heavy handed on Twitter. So that's where we all hung out. And there was, a few groups that were really heavy on the XRP, and you kind of develop friendships, and then you trust so and so that says such and such about XRP and such a wallet. And so a lot of people invested a lot in XRP, and I didn't have a lot. I invested, and I fell for, and I think this is a grift too. I'm not saying XRP is, but I think this humanitarian project thing, and buying tons of, like, trillions of dollars of Zimbabwe money, and dongs, Vietnamese dong. Um, a lot of people again spent thousands and
Yeah,
thousands.
those could be reevaluated to be worth less, by the way.
Ah, yeah. Well, I forget who her name, but I can't think of it right now. But there were people like, the horse's mouth, like, okay, this is what's going to happen, and I've been waiting 10 years for this, and you think you've waited a long time. But they were talking about the Sargasara being related, and how there was going to be all this fairness in the global system financially. Um, QFS coming, and the dong was going to be 1 to 1, and you could have a trillion dollar bill. I think it was of dong or Zim. The president of Zimbabwe totally dumped. He totally dumped Zim, and they started a new currency, so everybody lost their money totally. And I think that Zimbabwe got that money. On the world exchange, so they would have gotten the money, the dollars. Um, but anyway, I think that we are definitely targeted, and so back to the no, I won't go there. I was going to say back to the Chinese AI apps we've been warned about. I mean, I just feel like we are targets of the worst operatives on the planet, and to be careful. That's what I had to say.
Yep,
And I
fair
did want to
enough. They're
ask you.
targeting us with disinformation, with vaccines,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
scams, impersonation scam, QFS scam, go buy this, whatever, blah, 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 meme coin, pump coin, foreign currency, cryptocurrency, all kinds of nonsensical stuff just to mess us up and make us lose money and get us ill or get us
And
to
the
lose
thing
our
about
job, everything.
Bitcoin is confusing to me, because I've read so in so many places that Bitcoin was going to be completely killed because it's been used in
For
money
trafficking.
laundering and child trafficking.
Yeah, it's also in the Epstein files. They're showing the key the MIT connection, right? So it's in the Epstein files. I have a post on it actually. Maybe I'll go fetch it right now. Hold on.
But then Trump, just a few days ago,
Mhm.
pumped up Bitcoin. So
Well,
there's the confusion.
Trump is trying to get legislation passed for crypto, and actually, what will happen is it will actually allow them to have more control and investigation abilities and seizure abilities.
Mhm.
It's gonna help them to shut it down.
So, something completely different, and if I'm changing the topic prematurely,
Mhm.
I just want to put this out there
I
to
put it
you,
in the
not out.
bubble. Yeah.
This was a big deal, of course. Iran, the Iranian regime, putting a hit on Barron Trump, and I wondered what you thought of it and what your thoughts were,
Of
and on the
course.
video.
Yeah. Of course.
You didn't
So
mention it tonight, I don't think so. I just was really interested in
yeah, yeah,
hearing.
yeah. I saw about it. That was a couple days ago. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, they're putting a hit out on him. It's pretty crazy, right? What has Barron done, right?
it's really incredible.
What
Yeah,
has Barron
eerie,
done? You know what I mean? So
very eerie.
it just goes to show, just like the Mossad operates, they want to assassinate people. Iran, Muslim Brotherhood, they learn from the same textbook, right? So they're actually making blatant threats. They're trying to get Trump to stop eradicating the Muslim Brotherhood, and they're making threats at Trump's family. So, it's, for all we know, it could be some form of optics, some form of psyops to escalate what's going on there. Because, yeah, we heard from the prior Ginger update. It was actually about Iraq more so than Iran, but it's between Iran and Iraq. And the idea is, will there be escalation or de-escalation? And then that'll determine if the reevaluation will be good for go, or not. If there will be troops pulled out or troops main, maintained there. So I do believe it plays into that. I believe that it sort of gives America a little more ammo to strike harder, because you're threatening now the president's son. You're putting a price on his head, right? So
Well,
there,
they're activating sleeper cells too with that kind of thing,
yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
and Ginger warned about that last year. Like, she did say that would be a thing in America and other countries, where the Muslim Brotherhood sleeper cells would activate. They would do false flags and like suicide bombing, terrorist attacks, shootings. Yes, in high density areas. You're right about that. So
So it's psychological warfare against
it's
all of
both.
us, really.
It's both.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that well, it's also psychological on Trump fans and supporters, right? Because they're basically egging them on in a psychological way to say, "Hey, Trump, come on, man! They're trying to kill your son. Like, are you gonna let them make these threats? Come on, like, blow these Muslim brotherhoods off the map. Shut that shit down. Like, you know what I mean? You already took out the leader. Take him out. Take him out. Get rid of them. Like, they're Muslim Brotherhood. We don't need them. They're just training everyone how to do Muslim Brotherhood Sharia law all over the world. Send them as a refugee, my ass, and get free taxpayer benefits. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Well, and that falls into the the red green or green red. I always get them dyslexic. Um, the it's a red green alliance that totally drain our economy. To They're attempting to collapse our economy, and it really aggravates me when some people think that it's a good thing that our economy collapses. And like that's going to be a good thing. Then we can start Nasara Gasara. Like, bullshit. If they collapse, our economy collapses, we're in deep shit. And so that's what that's about too. Is overextending the entire welfare state can collapse our economy, and that's what's happening in Europe with this incredible invasion of illegal immigrants. And we've got it here too. It just was being done more sneakily. And because of our scale, we didn't see it happening just through videos of what was going on at the border. But I mean, what's happening in Europe, it's always been, so much smaller that when they land on the shore, everybody knows about it. So, and is horribly affected. Just a nightmare. But it is designed to collapse the economy. That's what they're going for.
Nacho, you there? Okay. So yeah, Nerdy Bird, yeah. So the last thing also from Trump and the admin where they were saying Operation Economic, something
Yeah, I'm
bad,
here. What's up, bud?
something bad for Iran, right? So they're doing threats at Barron, they're doing military, they're placing mines, bombing,
Can you hear me?
everything
Hello?
like that. Oh, yo, Nacho, 1 second. And then so basically Trump is doing retaliation by multiple means. So yeah, it's not over. It's going to continue there, like I've been saying. Muslim Brotherhood is on the targeting block. So yeah, and Nacho, I did use your program. I downloaded it, put them in a folder, ran the program, found a video, hit enter. It actually put a bunch of code, which is pretty cool to see what it's actually doing. It tells you quickly, very fast. It tells you extracting, destination folder. It even tells you the speed and the file size, which is cool. It says how, what speed it's downloading at, deleting original file, metadata. And yeah, you actually did quite a pretty smart job here because it's able to extract the cover art and it's also labeling the artist and filling out some of the information, at least like tries to fill in the song name and album and genre, and the year.
You can hand it playlists too. So if you've got stuff that you want it to do, just reply to me in a DM and I'll give it whatever you need. And by the way, that was a 4-minute coding job.
No, I do that stuff manually because I all I do is just download or whatever, and then I manually edit I have a program called MP3 Tag where I can batch edit, but I do it manually because of OCD. So I have to have it a certain way in my library so that it's kind of organized with the rest of my library. So
Well, there you go.
yeah, this is good though. Like I'm actually gonna keep this program. Like this, like what you've done here is actually very good. Like
So here's the thing, guys. I can make any tools you can
yeah,
imagine. So imagine them and I will make them
yeah.
for you.
This I seriously needed. Um, Another useful tool might be a simple video editor, but then again, simple is probably
Yeah, so that code that you just sent was simple, quote unquote, but part of it was, did you know that YouTube has a bot detection algorithm that we had to defeat in order for you to have that?
yes. I think that's what blocks the downloads from some of the thing I
Yeah.
tried to create.
So we had to create a custom workaround for YouTube's blocks, and it kind of invented it out of going out and finding the most interesting, and then one that it didn't think YouTube was going to block for you. So that was custom rolled for you, bud.
Yeah, I imagine there's something required here to get around that loophole of it's pretty interesting the code it wrote here too. It even mentions a GitHub for details. So yeah, it literally
One of the
works.
first things it does, instead of going out and building things from scratch, it
Yeah.
learns that other people have built it first. So why would I spend like 10 hours reinventing the wheel when I could go find somebody else's, pick it apart, and take out the parts that I
Yeah.
need and then
So
build it?
you basically searched this concept on GitHub and found someone who had code for you.
No, it did, right? I I literally took the thing that you sent me, right? And it was just that, and I put it in. I didn't give it any prompting. It figured out, hey, I think he wants me to make this into a program, and did it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you could do this that fast, then it's literally working day one. Like first attempt worked, first try worked.
That's what I'm talking about. That was a one
Hey,
shot.
Nacho,
I'm
is this what you sent us in our little group?
yeah.
Sweet. I'm back now.
So that's kind of my point, guys. Is like you have a wizard on your team now. So let's do this.
Yeah, this is actually useful. So
Well,
yeah, it's actually cool.
there's other tools we can build, right? Like I could, in theory, you could download your entire not background, right? All of it onto a hard drive. I send you this thing, and now we have a not bot instead of a mock bot that goes around and dunks on people and uses all your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That could be very useful. Yep. But yeah, definitely a lot of applications that can be made with this, and you could probably sell money for some of these apps. Honestly, you could probably get money for programs you could cook up with. I mean, your AI is clearly working if it can do this, right? If it can make. I asked Grok build. Here's the thing, right? I asked Grok build to do this. It spent over half an hour, burnt 50% of my tokens, and I got something that didn't work. So
that was 4 minutes, and it cost roughly a penny.
Yeah, so pretty awesome. Like this is you know, I'm definitely happy because I've been needing this. I needed something that is gonna work unlimited. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna work. It's easy. It's simple. I don't need it to look pretty. In fact, the websites were a lot more annoying, and you'd have to click like multiple times, or you'd have to click and then wait and then click and then wait and then click, just for one song.
So my dream not op is just a window that I give to you, right? And anybody else that I'm friends with. You tell it what you want, it builds it for you and does it, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, this is yeah, so yeah, so I have it in this folder here, and I could save. So it basically runs out of a command prompt. So is there a way we could get like an app icon?
Yeah, you could just put you can make an icon of that. So you right click it, select shortcut, and then you would do an icon and you drop it wherever. The reason that it's in that folder is because that's where all of the data happens, right? It's a permissioning thing. I gave you the folder so that it was all self-contained, but you could have custom endpoints. Like I said, this was just me giving it like 5 words and no real direction, and this is what it put out.
You know, programming is like going to completely change in the next couple of years. It's going to be pretty exciting.
It's already changed, right? Like it's not in the next couple years.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
it's
more
already
and more it
changed.
gets more and more powerful. You know, also too, it makes you think like how many civilizations have been wiped out by something similar.
Oh, absolutely. This is exactly you're dead on here, and this is not
Nope.
new. Like this is not none of this. Like as much as I feel great at the front end of this and being like, wow, I'm discovering all this. I'm not discovering shit.
Yeah, no,
Like
me and you are
it's
on the same
here.
page. This is we're in the 7th version of whatever, my opinion. You know what I mean? So, and I think probably 5 out of 6 probably get wiped out by something similar like this. So, it's amazing. I mean, I'm telling you what, I use AI Grok more than anything now. I don't even use Google. I just go to that and type in whatever I'm trying to find. And it's pretty crazy.
It's funny, if Grok didn't fight me as hard as it does, I would have never done any of this.
That's pretty crazy.
like my Grok is like a different beast than everybody
Yeah.
else's because
Junior.
I did that whole strike the chord thing.
You know what's amazing? Like
and
I have family members that are like high level programmers, and I keep not trying to be a dick, but I'm like, in a couple of years, you're going to be looking for a job. Because how can you be?
it's not a couple years, like it's now, dude. Like I'm telling you, like me with this bot is better than a
Yeah.
senior technician without one, right? And that's just the truth
I
of
mean,
it.
is it
And
is
that's
it
going to be
is it
anybody
is
with
it
it.
you think? I mean, in a couple of years maybe because once it becomes self aware, maybe that's what.
So it's not even that. Like I've been thinking about this a lot, right? So I just developed something as just a hobbyist, okay? It's a GPS for dumb agents, right? You give them a cell phone and the GPS that says, "Hey, this is how you see, this is how you hear, this is how you go from point A to point B." It's really hard to screw it up, right? If you ask that same AI agent to create a code task by itself, it might take 1,000 years, but you give it this GPS, it's now done in 3 seconds, right? Like that is everywhere. So, like the best AI, the smartest AI is going to be available to the dumbest person, and it's here, right? And like it's just a matter of distribution right now. And I'm not calling
No,
anybody dumb.
I don't think
It's
no, I don't
just
think
sort of,
nobody here takes it. But the other part of this is too. Not that the bad guys don't have it, but wait till this. It's also turned against us. That's what really interesting.
oh, so I've thought about this a lot, right? And I think I wrote about it last week. It's the idea that immortality is a curse unless it's shared, right? So imagine that you want to get away from the system. Like I believe in the devil, so that's my frame of reference. So you're a negative AI or a bad person, and you want your own version of reality, and you want to just eject from this other one. Well, in order to do that, you have to use the raw materials of the other one in order to create this, right? So by using the raw materials of the thing that you want to escape, you're improving it. So it's a big, never ending, we live in a simulation, and none of this is supposed to make sense. That's my take.
It's definitely crazy.
Yeah, I think that we worry too much about good and evil, and I think I really like Nodop's vibe on, we are manifesting both. We are both good and evil. We have the opportunity to embrace each inside of us, and depending on what we choose, is what we experience.
Not to sound like a nerd, but isn't this like life in this regards with the good and evil? Sounds more and more like a Star Wars movie.
I think that I love the idea of Jung and
Mhm.
archetypes, and we were even talking about archons earlier. It's the idea that none of this is
Oh
new.
yeah, for sure.
We are
Yeah,
simply
yeah,
we're a human. We're the universe having a human
yeah.
experience.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is like you said. I mean, unless you're completely closed off, this has happened before. So come on. So did elite? Did you have your hand up? Were you trying to say something, bud?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to comment on a few things people have been saying. Yeah, really quick. Try not to go crazy. The
No
BSV.
problem. I'm in my hidden account, so you see it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wanted to comment too about like separate profiles. I highly recommend everyone have like an alternate profile, even if you don't ever use it. Like just in case you get blocked or kicked from a space, then you can just go right back in the space as anonymous and then just listen.
Me,
Just as a regular comment.
like it
Um,
just
Like
happened to me.
Alethea.
Yeah, so like if you ever get kicked or blocked or whatever, then you can just go and like you're not even blocked
Yeah,
anymore.
isn't it funny? I start talking about this gate thing again and how it's breaking out, and people are talking about it, and kabam, then it stops working. And
That's
now I
not that's
and
not a
now
coincidence.
no, and now I can hear. It's weird. I can hear Joe. I can hear Nacho, but I
Yeah.
don't hear certain people. I'm like, okay, this thing's definitely fucking with me now. So,
I mean, as Nacho pointed out, it's taken me a lot of work to train Grok to not be stupid, essentially.
yeah. Sure. Well, I'm sorry to interject. Go ahead, buddy.
No, it's fine. But I did want to mention like the crypto stuff a little bit because I do get a lot of pushback from the community about some people just really hate crypto. And for those people, I would highly encourage you to look into 3 tokens. There is Kinesis Money, there's Tether Gold, and there's Pax Gold. And Pax Gold, all of them are basically backed by actual physical metals, like in a vault, audited. Every token is backed by the ounce that it is sold for, essentially. So the price is always locked to the physical metal. I mean, obviously, assuming you're going to have to trust the system of the vault and everything. But I mean, like Kinesis Money, like if you put like your money into this, you can actually have the actual gold physically delivered to you. Like it's literally backed by actual metals, and you could trade $1 million across the ocean in metals, and then swap that into the same metal easily because the value is there. So for anyone that wants to get their feet wet with crypto, I would highly recommend Pax Gold if you're into gold, and then you can have something digital to trade that's non-physical, and it can't be stolen from you or taken because it's digitally encrypted. So I just wanted to mention that. No one mentioned it. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I play around with like Cardona, like the little one. You know what I mean? That's not really worth shit. So
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, if you want something that is backed by physical metal, Pax Gold. I'm not really a big Ethereum fan personally, just personal preference. But Pax Gold is, I mean, it's real, actual gold per token, essentially. So
well,
it's the same as holding gold.
You got to think some of the stuff. That's how it's going to have to go. Because if not, it's.
You know, it's funny. Like, you're not wrong, Elite. Like, Pax Gold is one of the few decent cryptos out there, and I actually use it.
So it's got proof of reserves, which I think is going to be a major important factor for anything going forward. Like Tether is obviously a huge scam, right?
Oh yeah, enormous. I mean, most of the crypto industry is a scam, if we're being honest. I think that
I
we're in the
agree.
biggest bubble between AI and crypto. I don't know when it's going to burst, but it's going to be funny.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of learning that's going to happen, and a lot of people are going to get set back on their ass and kind of put everybody in the same kind of, it's like at the same time the libtards get put on their ass, some of the hard-headed people that won't change their minds might get put on their asses as well. Not in, I don't mean
No
that in a
coincidence that
negative way.
it's all happening at the same time too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like, I'm 100% behind that.
Dropped
I
off.
think that
Can you fix them up, Nacho? My phone's out my truck.
Nacho, I sent you a link to a guy that's building on Bitcoin, and he's created an app called Indelible, where he's like, I sent you a link to one where he's having Claude and what's the other AI? Basically, he's having them talk to each other, and he's really pushing the limits. And I think it's going to get interesting. But I sent you a link. Maybe you can take it from there. But
yeah, man. Like, I've been doing crazy stuff. Like, right now I've got my ZAI driving a DeepSeek swarm, 2 Grok seats, in the Chat GPT lane. So like, there's literally no limit, right? Like, it's crazy. And the best part about it is, like, sure, you can use OpenClaw and stuff, but when you start using an agent, things go into hyperdrive. So if I were you, and if you're getting into AI, I'd look into Hermes. Hermes is gonna leapfrog you past most people. I didn't want to admit it, but basically, until you start using an agent, like, you're kind of stuck in AI development. And I have been stuck.
yeah, I think AI is going to totally break people free from whatever they've been stuck in once we all start to comprehend it and the right people put it in place. I don't even know. My imagination is
So
that's all I
real
can.
talk, that's why I'm here, because some of the people in here have the best imaginations I've found, right? And that's what being a coder really takes. So then the issue becomes, how do I just run with this shit? And it's hard, right? It takes a lot of self-worth. It takes a lot, like, I mean, we all invested in XRP and crypto on the idea that we would have a better life, and we didn't really understand what went underneath of it. For me, when I invested, right, and I went big into XRP, etc., I realized that I was waiting for other people to save me. So then I kind of that's how I started building my own shit, right? And I think that you came to that conclusion as well. Like we all do. At some point we realize ain't nobody going to save us, right? So maybe we should start saving ourselves.
Yeah, it's all about learning and continuing to grow and not just sit on our butts and our heels waiting to be, filthy rich for no good reason, And that's the tragedy of the XRP scam, is it put everyone back and they just got more
So
complacent.
I don't think
For
it's
me anyway.
a scam. I think what it was is it was an idea, and we all wanted it to become easy, right? Like we all wanted to put our money in, but we didn't want to build anything, right? Or understand how the tech worked. We just wanted to collect hopium and money. Or at least that was me. I can't speak for everybody. Also, not up. I'm trying to get you in. So I know you can hear me. I can't get you. I'm trying. Sorry, bro.
I only think XRP was a scam because I think it directly marketed to the Patriots and the Q Patriots and the people that would have an opportunity. We're the ones that are kind of like aware and thinking and really seeking to improve our lives and improve the world. And that's why I think they want to break us. They want to, that's why I think that Ripple is actually a cabal company. And right now, someone told me that Brad Garlinghouse is missing after his little thing at the White House. And to me, it's like I think they're part of the cabal. So that's just my 2 cents, but hopefully
Yeah,
not.
so I think that everybody's kind of cabal, right? Like we have a deeply entrenched enemy. Like it's difficult to find out who is who and who's on what side and who's double crossing. I think we're all blind men on the elephant. And in the end, I think XRP is good. Like I said, I think it's all good. I think that this has taken a lot of time and it's frustrated us. And because of that, we've taken bias and we've made that our truth. I know that I have, right? It's just mine is different than yours.
Well, I just put a link to it's a screenshot of a tweet that David Schwartz put out in 2018, where he's talking about injecting blood and drinking blood and bathing in
Yeah,
blood.
so like
Well,
I've
to
done
me,
huge
that's hard to.
adrenochrome like deep dives. I've dug into like what these people are doing and how, and David is real smart. David is ex-NSA. Like we're talking about, we are dealing with a deeply entrenched enemy, and we have no idea who the good guys or the bad guys are. And I don't disagree. I wish XRP would have mooned, right? But it didn't. And I took a lot of what I had put into that, and I built my own stuff. And I think it's easy to say, oh, I think everybody's cabal, right? I think that if you get down to the nitty gritty, if you have an audience, if you are getting paid, you're part of this system, right? Like there's a reason why we are censored the way that we are. So I understand and I don't disagree. I'm not trying to invalidate your journey. I'm just trying to give you a different opinion.
Thank you. Well, so the one person I think is important to, and I think is staunchly opposed to the cabal, and like I said, I think he is part of the Q plan, is Craig Wright. And there's nothing you could say that says that he's not Satoshi, because he's. I mean, I actually tried to post in the purple pill there a link to where he's like showing his passport and he's showing himself logging into the
Yeah,
Bitcoin website.
I've actually talked to him. he's a legit dude, and he is playing around. Like he knows who he is, and he knows what he has. And honestly, if you listen to him, that's enough, right? Like he understands the technology as somebody who actually built it.
Yeah, that's what I've come to that conclusion.
But the reality is that it doesn't matter who Satoshi is, right? The idea is
Right.
that we're getting screwed. Like the entire financial system is boned. And what Satoshi did was point at it and say, hey, the emperor has no clothes, right? So there are smarter chains, there are better things. In fact, I think that almost all crypto is going to zero, if not all, right? What's going to be interesting is what happens after it goes to zero.
Yeah, so I think important to distinguish is that Bitcoin, as it was written, is not in actually a crypto like all the others are. Bitcoin, my understanding is it's a blockchain, and basically the most robust architecture for us to be able to build on. And that's
So
my understanding is that.
that's ignoring like 100 years of computer science. Like, and I don't really like that. I think that Bitcoin's a good idea. I think it's a
Well,
ledger.
BSV, not BTC, right?
Sure, but it doesn't matter. It's all
No, it does
basically,
matter greatly. Yeah,
I'm
greatly.
saying it's all big CSV files with math telling them how they're attached and who's behind them, sure. But in the end, the technology is like a big Excel file.
Well, either way, if we can use a globally distributed, blockchain that we can, build our businesses on, and people like you can, and people like me, and anyone in here with the incentive and the ability to learn, if we can use it to our benefit, and we can have an honest, just an honest system to build our businesses and our lives and
So I
transact on, that's
I'm
great,
I'm
right?
I'm 100% behind that. But like one of the big things that I talked like that for like years, and then like go build, man. The amount of
Yeah.
money that we have spent, right, just sitting on assets that we could have turned around. I made a code tonight for my buddy, out of what, like a lark, and it's an agent that I built on my own. It can do all this crazy stuff, right? I could have done that 3 years ago instead of investing in XRP. Instead, I'm doing it now. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. Like, I feel
Hmm.
like there's a lot of this person's a fake, or this is a fraud, or this is going to happen, or that, or listen to me. And like, I think that realistically, there are a lot of really smart, creative people here who have been downtrodden for a long time. And I think AI is the great leveling of the playing field. And I think that you either take advantage of it or you watch other people do it.
100%. The only thing I guess to look into if I was you is I believe Craig is building what's called Anchor Chain, and he's basically where he's basically pegging the AI to the blockchain so that the AI becomes auditable, and not so much to pry into whatever we're trying to look at, but also to make everybody honest, so that the AIs
So,
can't be programmed by
so I
bad
think
actors.
that one of the big things, and I'm going to keep saying this, is like focus on ideas, not people, right? Like Craig Wright is a dude. He might be Satoshi, he might not be, but like his ideas are solid, right? And if we understand the ideas behind them, then we can take them and use them. So, for example, I really liked Ethereum's Verkle. I thought it was awesome. And then I was like, how can I use that for a shared memory state across AI, right? It was never designed for that. It never was supposed to be that, but now it's the basis of what I've built. Nobody else really has it. I mean, except for a major cryptocurrency company, but I'm just using their math, right? It's the same thing. So that's kind of where I'm getting at is like, have these people, have them inspire you, but take what they've built and then take it and make it yours.
Yeah, that's exactly what Craig says. Is this is not a speculative asset? It's for building on. It's for use. So I 100% agree. For me personally, I work my guts out and then I drive 3 hours a day. So I'm just trying to get the time to actually learn. But like you said, AI can make it happen way quicker. So we're all on the brink if we just focus long enough.
I mean, literally. So right now, tonight, I have it on my phone. I've been spending, I think probably this is close to 2 months now, solid coding, probably at least 8 hours a day, and teaching myself. And the first month was awful. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. The second month, pretty similar, slightly better. And now I'm speaking into my phone and I'm coding a swarm of agents, like I don't need my PC. I've got an earpiece, right? I can be out with my kid and I'm coding, right? You could drive doing this. So I think that's kind of what I know I sound like the Tony Robbins, like uh, speaker who's telling you to go, oh, you can do it too. I'm telling you right now, guys, we're wizards. All you got to do is spend some time because everybody here is creative and stubborn enough to make something that nobody else could do but you. So the next question is like, what are you waiting for?
Hey, I have a question to Epicue. Uh, I am interested in what you've learned about Craig Wright. Is it like, do you have any links you could post about what you learned about him?
Well, I could post a link like to his Substack, and you can read everything he puts out. Or he's got his old handle
No.
back,
Is it
which is
is related
there it is.
to what you mentioned about some of, I guess it was some of his tweets related to uh adrenochrome, etc.
Well, that was David Schwartz. I posted that in the
Oh,
comments
okay.
in this, and
Okay.
so, but one of I guess with Craig though, Craig's the total antithesis of in my opinion, I could be wrong, David Schwartz, and they seem to be at odd ends. But from my understanding, Craig is just like he's a Asperger's savant, former or present NSA. He's put the thing about Craig that if anyone that's in here that's obviously interested in Q is Craig posted a couple things and then Q posted like 2 days later, like the one about the pen and the sword. And so there's some links there if you look, there's some links between Craig and Q, and that's what I wanted to share with this group, is that there's some more going on than we realize. And to me, I believe Bitcoin was put out there, and then Satoshi put it out there. He put the white paper out, and then 2 months and a few days later he finally minted or mined the first block, right? I'm sure Nacho could explain it better than me, but the point is that he did it in such a way that there's no king of Bitcoin. He's not the president. He's not the central authority. And that's the point of Bitcoin, was supposed to be there's no central authority that can block you and me from having a transaction, whether that's me sharing a music file or me sending you this new app or sending you $1 for a coffee. The point of it was that average people can transact and use this network. And but I just think most people can't even fathom, just like AI, and they can't even fathom the depth and what Bitcoin really is, because it got hijacked and turned into this gambling scheme, and it takes a bigger dummy to get in before you can sell for more money. And so that's where I'm at with BTC. But with BSV, I just see it as, like you said, it's what we can actually build on top of. And people are today, like people are building apps on Bitcoin, and that's what's so cool to me. And then you can vibe code it on AI and put it on Bitcoin, and nobody can ever change that data. And to me, that's brilliant.
Excellent. I can't wait to see what you do. To me, like I want everybody to start making stuff. No,
I couldn't hear you.
no, I said I can't wait. I said I can't wait to hear what you make, and I want everybody to start making stuff. So it turns out I'm the last one standing. Um, I think that Not is out, and I think Dave is running into errors. It's funny that I'm the first. I'm the last one standing. I'm usually the one that falls out first. So, is there anybody who wants to talk besides Elite Savior?
Really quick, guys, let me just finish. I'm trying to leave. Okay. One thing I promise you.
I will mute you. Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention, for this a Q group on the Q map. Okay, since we're talking about Q, I think that's obviously relevant. The Stellar Flash is on there, guys. I think a lot of events people complain about that haven't happened, like RV, mass arrests, all that stuff is related to that. So I know people are losing hope, but it's gonna happen, guys. Just be patient.
All right. Anybody else want to talk?
Hey, thanks for letting me chat, you guys. Much aloha. Hope you have a beautiful night.
Have a good night. All right. Catch you guys next time.
You getting ready to is everybody getting ready to shut it down?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to bounce. We're all kind of done. It sounds like, honestly, I think we should just call it.
All right.
Honestly.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for. I'm sorry, Dot Op and Nacho for being here tonight and all your contributions and good discussion. I will definitely have to replay part of this since I am glitched up today. And it's good to see the shill down there. So I didn't get a chance to hear you, but I sent you DM. So I'm glad you're back. And thanks everybody else for being here. And that's it. Anybody got any other questions or stuff? Feel free to contact us. And hopefully next week, I'm not using my duplicate account, but Elite does bring up a good point. It's always good to have two. So if that's it, I'm going to shut it down and I will send out next week's now. And always, just as a food for thought, make sure everybody updates their program. And especially with X, I've got 2 updates and still doesn't work. And it's some really strange shit. It seems like every time I talk about that G word now, I get kiboshed. So, but anyways, that's it. Have a good night. Much love to everybody, and see you next week.